I can't think of any other film genre closest to American sensibilities than the Western. And of course, the setting truly makes the Western different. If you want to see an even more unique perspective of Westerns, then the Hollywood and American West exhibit at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum will do the trick.
The exhibit was organized by John Wayne Enterprises and the John R. Hamilton Archives, and it features 68 of Hamilton's photographs and some of his equipment. And he started out as a photojournalist after World War II and then received his first film assignment in 1956 on The Searchers. So that sort of launched him on a different trajectory, and the photos that visitors will see span 5 decades of his work on Western film.
The photos essentially reflect 3 different elements, the first being a behind-the-scenes aspect of movie making, what people did between takes to relax or decompress.
Then there are some that are more artistic, some cowboys that are backlit by a sunset. And then you also have some that document the logistics, the conditions. How do you feed a crew of 200 in Monument Valley for lunch? Or how do you film a stagecoach sequence?
I found this exhibit to be fascinating on several levels. First, you'll see 68 photographs from an archive that is close to 100,000. It's easy to get caught up in one of the variety of photos on display from Dean Martin, Kevin Costner, director John Ford, Gregory Peck, Kirk Douglas, Steve McQueen, and John Wayne on the set of El Dorado with his young son Ethan. There are numerous photos of John Wayne, and this one of Paul Newman catches your attention.
And that's actually my favorite in the exhibit, and it's called The New Yorker because of what he's reading. And I love that it's very minimal. It's an actor, in this case a very young Paul Newman, a Spartan dressing room, a magazine, and a book of matches, and that's it. But it automatically pulls you into Newman's world, and I think that's where Hamilton really excelled.
You'll see a few photos of John Hamilton himself, as well as displays of some of the equipment he used over the years. This exhibit, of course, greatly complements ones at the Cowboy right now.
People who have come to the museum are probably familiar with our Western Performers Gallery, and we have a good deal of props and sets, costumes from Western films, particularly John Wayne. And I think for us this was a natural fit, Hollywood and the American West.
And there are exhibits called The Artistry of the Western Paperbacks and A Yard of Turkey Red, the Western Bandana, and Power and Prestige, Headdresses of the American Plains. Michelle Holloman says she likes the uniqueness of the John Hamilton, Hollywood, and the American West exhibit.
I feel like there's a lot of paintings and sculptures, and having the photography I think appeals more to a younger crowd, maybe. And it's interesting to see behind the scenes and the personalities of the actors instead of the people they play in the movies.
Movies often repeat themselves, but there will always be an audience as long as the films themselves are well made. In a culture industry fueled by formula, no genre has been more important to Hollywood than the Western. And with that, an appreciation of the Western genre will live forever with exhibits like this.